Hey y'all, what's up? So, I am stuck in this hotel room in Houston, and I'm about to have dinner. So I had just wanted to come on here and see if y'all wanted to chat. Y'all had any questions about HIV? And yeah, let's talk about advocacy. Let's talk about. So I was here in Houston because, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get all my food out. I was here in Houston for the Reunion Project's long-term survivor town hall. And yeah, it was really nice. I was in a room with a bunch of giants, I call them. They call themselves. People have been living with HIV for a long time. And we share stories. I got some quesadillas, y'all, with some guac. And I asked this lady, did they have guac? And she told me no, and there's guac inside my thing for my quesadillas. I don't like when people don't tell me the truth. It's not that serious. Just, say you didn't want to give me that. But anyway, also for those who don't know, I am stranded in Houston. I was supposed to fly out today to Buffalo, but here in Houston, the plane got delayed because of mechanical problems. So I guess that's kind of good, because if something was wrong with the plane, that would mean that the plane would go down and maybe I'd die. I don't want to die. So, but because the plane was delayed here in Houston, it would have made me miss my flight in Detroit. So it was either stay here again another night in Houston with them supplying the hotel room, or flying out to Detroit whenever their plane got fixed and having to sleep in the Detroit airport. Who wants to sleep in the Detroit airport? Not me. I know daggone well I ain't want to sleep in no airport. So I am here at the Hilton by the airport. Got me a little cocktail, y'all. Got me some quesadillas. And I'm chilling. But I guess because I'm here by myself, I wanted to talk to somebody. So y'all talk to me. Say something. Tell me something. Let me see. It's a comment here. What are we talking about? Let me see. Girl, they said to get the roadway clear in your area is bad there, I heard. Oh, Lord Jesus. So for those who don't know, I live in Buffalo, New York, where we just had a storm. I'm on another platform over here, guys. So that's what I'm talking about, y'all. We just had a snowstorm, and so we got all this snow. It was so bad that the Buffalo Bills is playing tomorrow against, I think, the Detroit Lions, but they had to move the game from Buffalo to Detroit. That's how bad the snow was. And I'm trying to get home. Listen, ain't nothing like your own home. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like your own bed. Hey, sister, I hope I get home too, because I'm ready to come home. I don't want to be here. But ain't nothing like your own bed. I have a dog. But thank God my son and my daughter are taking care of her and my cat. But I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get my own bed. I'm ready to take a shower in my own shower. I'm just ready to be at home, right? I don't know about anybody else, but traveling is all good until you can't get home and be in your own space. And it's different complaining about the weather when you're there than complaining about the weather when you stuck somewhere else and you trying to get home. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get home. I understand that it's bad there and all that, but I keep asking God, Lord, just let me get home and then do whatever you want to do with this weather, right? Something else, y'all. I've been trying to read up on this girl. I guess I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. I guess her name is Shaniqua, that got killed on her vacation with the friends. Yo, this is why my circle's small. That's why I don't mess with people. Right. Once you're ready to go, you're ready to go. That's right, because I'm ready to go. But this is why my circle's small. I don't mess with a whole bunch of people because people is snakes, right? They will smile in your face and be behind your back plotting to hurt you, take something from you, do something to you, set you up, discredit you. So, we got to start paying attention and not trusting everybody. And when I say trusting everybody, I can say trusting everybody because, I think back to the person I trusted in 2007 who gave me HIV. This girl went on this trip trusting that everybody she was with was going to have her back regardless. And that's not what happened. I travel so much with friends, but I know that I'm safe when I go with them, right? This is my best friend for 30 years. This is a coworker that I've known for 8, and I just know that they're not going to try to kill me. But that's the same way she felt. She felt like she went on this trip, and she was going to be safe with these people. And that is not what happened. They killed her. They broke her neck and something to her spine. How much strength did you have to do that? And where was you at in your head when you was doing whatever you was doing to this girl? Hey, Kirsten. Yeah, so there was a girl, and I don't want to misquote or missay something, but I don't know where they were at on vacation. I think Mexico, maybe. And there was a fight that broke out, and I guess the people that she was with that were her so-called friends jumped her and beat her up so bad that they killed her and lied and told the mother that she had food poisoning. It was crazy. Her name is Shaniqua, I think it is. And yeah, it's crazy. You just can't trust people nowadays like you used to. And it's sad. It's sad that people are so jealous of who you are and what you have. And sometimes you don't have much of nothing. You don't have much of nothing. But it's somebody lurking in the background, jealous of either what you have, where you're at, or even where you're trying to get. But they sitting back plotting against you. Listen, me, I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, okay, ain't nobody worrying about me. Ain't nobody worrying about me. I'm this woman living my life in the public eye, but I'm HIV positive. I'm not the most skinniest girl, so I can't assume that no. But I have saw some things that makes me know that there's some people jealous. And I don't know why you jealous of me. I don't have nothing to be jealous of. I go to work like everybody else. I live my life like everybody else. Anything that I have, a person can get if they work hard for it. And a person cannot become HIV positive like I am as long as they protect themselves, right? So that's why I get on here and educate. But why would you be supposedly somebody's friend and hurt them? How can you call yourself someone's friend and purposely do something to harm them? Did they put me up? Yes, they did. They put me up at the Hilton, Tanya. Thank you for telling me to mention that to them, because I did mention that to them, that I needed to be put up at a hotel. Because if I would have waited, I would have been stuck in the airport in Detroit, and that wasn't happening. Thank you, Kirsten. I don't even know if it was mental illness that made these people do that to that girl. I don't know. It's jealousy. Jealousy. People really have a jealousy. You got it and I want it. And because you got it, I'm going to do something to you so you can't keep it. And it's crazy. It's crazy that anybody would feel to want to take from you just because you got something that they feel like they should have. You can work for whatever you got just as quick as I work for mine. That's how I feel. You know, with some people, okay, yeah, I guess that is the mental illness. But some people just hate on other people just because. You know, I had somebody say to me, man, I wish I could travel like you and da-da-da-da. Yo, do you know why I get to travel so much? Because I have HIV. And I'm out here advocating to people. I'm out here trying to educate people. Don't say you wish you could. Man, I wish I could do what you do. Do you really? Do you know what it entails to do what I do? First of all, you have to be diagnosed with HIV. Second of all, you have to live your life in the public eye. Can you handle that? Can you handle what I went through and what brought me to where I am today? Growing up in the foster care system, being molested numerous times over and over again, then being raped at 14, then basically being by myself, figuring out how to be a mom all by myself. Nobody taught me how to be a mother. Nobody taught me how to be an adult. I was out here figuring shit out as it went. Then, when all the shit that was happening to me when I was a kid started coming up as I'm becoming an adult, I didn't know how to deal with that trauma. So what did I do? Started using drugs because nobody taught me nothing else. So I did what I saw. And what I saw was people around me using drugs, drinking. And then on top of that, I didn't know what love is. So I thought love was if you had sex with me, you love me. So what did that make me do? Now I'm having sex with anybody that showed me a little bit of attention because to me that meant you love me. You want to have sex with me, so you love me. So my values was all screwed up. So I can't see how half of the people that's like, oh, I wish I could do what you're doing or be in your position. No, you couldn't, because could you have even made it through what I've been through to have to do what I'm doing now? No, because I don't know how I'm doing it. And I just came to the realization that while I'm living my life out here loud and proud in the eye of the public, I need counseling. Because guess what? I ain't all right. I'm not as all right as I thought I was. I have not dealt with the demons and the past traumas that happened to me. Yeah, I talk about it. I'm still living, right? But in the back of my head, I'm screaming. And I came and told y'all the other day, I'm not all right. Right? Even in this time right now, not all right. Not all right. But I'm okay. And I know it's okay to not be okay. And I know it's okay to reach out and ask for help today. Because years ago, when I was in a place that I wasn't okay, you know what I did? I went and got high. When I felt like I was getting overwhelmed or emotions and feelings were coming up that I did not know how to deal with, I went and got high. Because that's all I knew. I knew either go have sex with somebody or go get high. But then one day I asked God to take the taste and the want out of me of having to get high. But I never was fully healed. You understand? I never was fully healed. All I did was, again, figure out a way how to push stuff up under the rug. I learned another way to deal. That's all I did. And then while I was doing that, I trusted someone. I trusted somebody. I trusted that somebody loved me, one, cared enough for me that they wouldn't do anything to harm me. And at the end of the day, this person could give two shits about me and their self, knew that they were HIV positive, begged me to not use a condom. Do y'all know how many years how many months me and this guy went back and forth about using a condom? And I was so adamant for 6 months that we're going to use a condom. We are going to use a condom for 6 months. And for 6 months, he asked me not to use a condom. For 6 months, he said, I don't understand why we have to use condoms because I'm only with you and you're only with me. And I don't understand why we got to use condoms. And after a while, I started believing him. I learned to trust him. And I said, okay, because I know that I'm not with nobody else, right? I know that I'm only with you in this relationship. So, okay, we don't have to use condoms. And I knew that I had just been tested like recently. And so I knew that I was not positive, right? So in my mind, there was no reason to not trust this person because, again, y'all have to understand, all I knew is that if you had sex with me and you paid me just a little bit of attention, it must mean that you love me. It must mean that you love me because you showed me a little bit of attention and you wanted to have sex with me. And so this man dug at me for 6 months. We don't have to use condoms. Why are we using condoms? You know, all the excuses. I can't feel it. And if you love me, you wouldn't make me do this. And I trust you and you should trust me. There's that word trust that people throw around a lot. People throw that word trust around so much that really, what does that word even mean anymore? But I trusted this man. I trusted this man enough to stop using condoms. And almost 6 months after that, I happened to go somewhere and see somebody that was doing testing, and they asked me, did I want to get tested? And I said, no, there's no reason. I just took my annual test, my yearly test that I take. And, I'm in a monogamous relationship. And I know I'm not messing around on him. And I truly trust and believe that this man is not cheating on me. But she was so convincing that I took that test. And for the first time in my life, I took an HIV test and I was not nervous. I went up there like, okay, about to take this test, no big deal. I know I'm good. I'm going to get this little gift card and I'm going to keep it moving. Little did I know, this was going to change my life forever. And I tested positive that day. And that was the worst day of my life. Testing positive for HIV that particular day was worse than being touched by an adult when I was a kid. Because being molested, you could do something so that never happens again. But once you're HIV positive, you can't give that back. That's with you forever. And now you have to be traumatized and try to figure out how to live your life with this diagnosis. And for me, luckily, I only kind of spiraled for 2 years. I mean, yeah, when I got the diagnosis, I wanted to kill myself. I thought I was going to die anyway. I didn't know anything about HIV. All I knew was that HIV was a gay man's disease or someone who used intravenous drugs. And I knew that I was neither of those. So I was confused. Confused on how did this happen to me? I'm in a monogamous relationship. How did this happen to me? I didn't understand, y'all. I was so lost on how I contracted HIV. And then to top off that now my life has been totally changed. When I finally was able to reach out to this man and talk to him, he basically said to me, someone did it to me. So what's the big deal? We might as well just be together forever. Did y'all hear what I just said? The man that infected me with HIV in 2007 said to me, somebody did it to me, but we can just be together forever. I can't even say the things that I said to him. And I didn't know back then when I got diagnosed with HIV that you could charge somebody with a, I don't know, is it? I think it's a felony. If somebody willingly infects you with HIV, that's a felony. Now, New York State is not a HIV criminalization state, but we have had someone go to jail behind purposely infecting people with HIV, and he is still in jail. Even though that's a whole nother topic, because crazily I have a different opinion about why, if he should still be in jail. But I didn't know that back then. So what I did was I just disconnected myself from him and tried to go on with my life the best way that I could. In doing that, I tried to kill myself twice. Because again, I thought I was going to die anyway. So I figured, let's make it faster, right? Let's just get me out of here so my children, first of all, don't catch this from me. Because I did not know that you could not pass HIV by touching, kissing. You know, I stopped touching my kids. I stopped hugging my kids. I wouldn't eat behind my kids because I did not want to give them this disease.
Okay, you need to tell us exactly what the other detective told you. Why? Because you weren't the only detective.
So yeah, the first 2 years were crazy for me. I spiraled as far as drug addiction. Because again, I felt like I was going to die anyway. So why not die the way I want to die? And thankfully, you know, I got out of that. God brought me out of that dark place. But yeah, when people say to me, oh, I wish I could do what you do. I wish I could travel. Like, no, you don't. You don't want to. Could you have went through what I went through and still be here? Because I don't understand how I'm still here. I don't understand how I can remember as a little girl, people touching me. And I'm still here today to have those memories. And I've never gotten counseling for any of this, y'all. And that's the problem I'm realizing. None of these issues have ever been addressed. I think because in certain cultures, we have been taught that what happens here stays here, that got so deep into my psyche that for a long time I didn't tell. And then when I did tell people that somebody was touching me, I was called a liar. I was called a fast tail ass girl. Yeah. So why tell? Nobody gonna believe me anyway. And then if they think that's who I am anyway, maybe Kirsten, I believe that too. I do believe that. But some days it's kind of hard to live out this purpose that I know he has for me. But I am grateful and thankful that God has allowed me to still be here and share my story, because I know it's somebody out there who is living with HIV and they feel so alone and they think like this is the end. I'm not going to make it. I can't live my life. I can't date ever again. I can't have children. No one's going to love me. And that's so far from the truth, because I've had all of that. I've had all of that. And HIV has not stopped that. But I'm at a point in my journey where if I don't get the physical or the emotional and mental support and help, I don't know how long I can keep walking this road. Because every time I tell my story, even right now, I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, damn, I've really been through a lot of shit. Like, I really have been through a lot. It's a lot, y'all. And I know that every time I tell my story, I'm re-traumatizing myself, but I do it because if I could help one person, if I can help one person go get tested and maybe get on PrEP. Because here's the thing. Now, today in 2022, you can take medication that if you choose, listen, have a healthy sex life, do whatever you want, but protect yourself. And there's meds out here that you can use called PrEP, so that if you come into contact with somebody who is not taking their medication, or maybe they don't even know they're HIV positive, because there is so many people walking around who don't even know that they are HIV positive. And because we so willy-nilly sometimes and we trust people, we put ourselves at risk. And so if we would just start protecting ourselves, I tell people all the time, no matter what, you got to put you first. And that means standing your ground. Standing your ground on, like, listen, we're going to use this condom. Oh, thank you, Mercy. Yeah, stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? We're going to use this condom, or we about to go get HIV tested together in the same room, and I'm going to see your results and you're going to see mine. Because again, we trust people and we tend to believe them. And I'm not telling y'all not to trust people. Don't take this the wrong way and twist what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is trust yourself more. Do all the things that you can do so that you know that you don't have to deal with the things that I'm dealing with. Because yes, I can live. I'm living with HIV. I'm thriving with HIV. HIV does not control my life. It doesn't stop me from doing anything. But if I could turn back the damn clock to 2007, I would, and I would take myself out of that equation and make sure I did things differently. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So here I sit, 2007, almost 17 years later, HIV positive. But I'm still here. And so are many others. I'm not the only person who, you know, live our life out loud, but I think that we all do this because we hope and pray that we can help somebody, whether negative or positive. I know that's my goal, y'all. If I can help one person get on medication and stay on medication, I've won. I've won. If I can get one person to disclose, listen, here's another thing. Do you know how hard it is to disclose to somebody that you're HIV positive? Do you know how hard it is for somebody to do that? It's so hard. Thank you, Kirsten. Love you too. It's so hard to disclose your status because you don't know how somebody is going to react to you. And there are so many people that are so scared to disclose their status because A, maybe the person is going to go away from them, possibly hurt them. or maybe go tell everybody, because everybody is not um hateful behavior. Oh my God. I'm so sick of TikTok. I don't even know why I go on there anymore. Um, what was I saying, y'all? TikTok just kicked me off because of hateful behavior. I don't know who I was being hateful to. Do you know how many people are living with HIV and they meet somebody and they're so afraid to disclose their status because there's so many dynamics to telling somebody that you're HIV positive, right? It does get me in my feelings, Tracy, every time I discuss it, but I continue to do it because I just want to make sure I get this education out here, right? Because, first of all, we got to put a face to HIV because people swear they can look at somebody and know that they're positive. Do y'all know how many times a person has said to me that I disclosed to in my clinic that they can't believe I'm positive because of my size? I just laugh because it's like, dude, you cannot look at someone and tell they're positive. You cannot look and tell if somebody has any type of STD. Well, I guess maybe, but not HIV. But I just want everybody to protect yourself, stand your ground, and do what you got to do to make sure you are right. Um, yeah, just stand your ground. But I just wanted to come on here and chat with y'all for a minute because, as I said, I'm stuck in Houston. I was supposed to come home today, and the flight got delayed, and then it made me miss my layover flight. So I had to stay here until 5 a.m. in the morning, and I got to be up at 3. But I'm about to finish my food, and I'm going to take my shower, and I'm going to go to bed. But y'all stay safe, whether it be weather-wise, whether it be living your best life, protect yourself, um, and love yourself. Love yourself. That's the most important part, y'all. Love yourselves. Yeah, love yourselves. And know that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. We don't always have to be superheroes. Sometimes it's okay to sit down and let somebody else do it. And I'm talking to myself. So I love y'all so very much. Thank you for coming on and chatting with me. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.